Hey everybody, this is the intro, and in this tutorial we're going to be going over how to make functions in C++. So basically, to make a function in C++, if you don't know what a function is, it's basically a place where we can put our rules for our program. So if you think of a huge game or something, you have all these different variables and all these scenarios that are going on. All of those are programmed into different separate functions. So if I have the character and what the character looks like, and I have the movement of the character. All these are going to be different functions. The guns, the some of the vehicles in there, all of those are going to be ran through different functions. So to make different functions in a program, what we're going to do is we have to make some type of type. So we see right here that we have an int main, and this is our main function for our programs in all C++ programs, and this is where all of our program prototypes or our function prototypes must be ran through in order for them to work, because everything written outside of this cannot be called into play without it being written somewhere in our main function, which is what we're going to get to later. It's called prototyping. So first we need to learn how to make a function. So to make a function, we have to understand the function types. One is integer and one is void, and there's other types of functions that we can create, but for now those are the two that we really need to know. So for the integer, we have to have some type of return value. So since we're really not trying to get a return value in this scenario, we can just use void for basically all of our functions. So what we're going to do is type in void, which means that we don't want a return value, and then we're going to type in the name of the function. So say, and you can name your function anything. So I'm just going to name this function 1. After you type in the name of your function, you're going to have to type in parameters, just as in the int main function. And we'll talk about parameters later. You don't need parameters for functions. It's just something. So if you have a set of variables that are dedicated to a certain function, we can use them as parameters and pass them through that function just to make things a little easier, but again, we'll go through that later. Next, we're just going to write the body, so 2 braces and then give it some room. So in function 1, we can write anything. So say I have a string called name, and it's equal to intro, and I just end that line, and then I just see out my name if I can type. Alright, so see out name, and of course you know what this is going to do. It's just going to print out my name on the screen, and we go to run this and build and run it, and we get nothing up on the screen. And the reason for that is because the second thing I was talking about, it's prototyping. So for this function to work, or this set of rules to work in our program, it has to pass through the main function. Like I said earlier, without it passing through the main function, it might as well have not been programmed. So everything must pass through the main function in C++. So to make sure that happens for a function and this set of rules inside the function, we use a prototype. In the prototype, we just simply type in the name of the function, and as you can see, it popped up right there. You just type in the name, you type in parameters, and you just end that line or end that command. And this is the prototype for that function. So whenever the compiler is going down the program and it sees this function, it's going to look for the prototype in the main function in order to call that set of rules. So just to make this more clear, we'll go ahead and run this again. And as you can see, intro, it popped up. And that's basically how it works. So you can create multiple functions. It doesn't matter how many you create. And we can just do the same thing. We can have int x is equal to 5. Int y is equal to 6, and cout x plus y, and in that line. And what we'll do is we'll just prototype that function instead. I could of course just go like this and prototype both of them to run, and just maybe end the line between both of the functions and after, just so that it gives it some room. And we can just run this function, and it'll run, of course, function 1 first. So my name should pop up first, and it'll end a line, and then function 2 and its set of rules will pop up, and it should see out x plus y, which should be 11. So we'll do that and see what it looks like. So build and run, and as you can see, function 1 ran as it was called into the main function, and it ended that line, so it didn't print it on this side. It ended the line and started a new one, and then printed out function 2, which was x plus y. So that's how you build functions and prototype functions. We'll be using them a lot, so make sure you have a thorough understanding of how to use them. And other than that, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and like, and visit my channel for more videos. So thank you.